Welcome to Bill's Bridge Corner, Monday, January 27th, 2014. Class 96, Introduction to Roman Keycard Blackwood. Believe it or not, Roman Keycard Blackwood is one of the most complex and thorough conventions of any convention I have seen, short of an entire bidding system. We're going to blast off in a 9-part series on Roman Keycard Blackwood. Just to give you an idea of the complexity of this convention, I'd like to point out Eddie Cantor's book, Roman Keycard Blackwood, 5th edition, The Final Word. It's 244 pages long, and most of the material from these classes come from here, although not all of it does. Let's blast off. Roman Keycard Blackwood, the concept. By the way, as we talk Roman Keycard, the bid beginning Roman Keycard is the symbol that we see of the Roman soldier with a key card. Represents the Roman Keycard ask. The concept is similar to the standard Blackwood in the sense that it still asks and the responder tells. And it's still for no trump for some cases, particularly major suits. For minor suits, it may be some bid other than for no trump for those of you who may not be aware of it. And it is a robot type reaction, but it is more complex than Blackwood many times over. The symbol is the Roman soldier here, Roman keycard. Concept is, what is a keycard? Well, there are 5 keycards in Roman keycard. The 4 aces plus the king of trumps. The implication is you know what the trump suit is. For example, if the trump suit is spades, then the king of spades is the 5th key card. If it were hearts, it would be the king of hearts. So the 5 key cards are the 4 aces plus the king of trump. In this example, spades are trump. The queen of spades, or the queen of trump, may be a critical card, and as such, Roman keycard allows for asking for the queen of trump. But that's just the beginning. You may ask for the queen of trump after you ask for aces, or you may ask for kings and specific kings. Here we go. When is for no trump Roman keycard? The simplest answer is when a trump suit has been agreed and you and your partner understand it to be, have an understanding, it is Roman keycard. It's a replacement for Blackwood if you so choose. But the implication, as you see, is that a trump suit is agreed because the 5th key card is dependent upon the trump suit. If you decide to play Roman keycard, it's any time a trump suit has been agreed upon for a major suit. If the suit is a minor, there are some complications which we'll get into later. So for the time being, let's assume we're working at a major suit here until we get further along. After minor suit agreement, many experienced teams use other methods to initiate Roman keycards, such as kickback or minor wood. But let's not get the cart ahead of the horse. Let's concentrate on major suits, and we'll begin there. I recommend that you use Roman keycard over Blackwood in that it's a better system. And it allows for more variations and more information. The result, more accurate bidding, more accurate slam bidding. There are some specific sequences where there is no agreed trump suit, and in that case, I suggest you agree as a partnership to play straight Blackwood, simply asking for aces. Otherwise, you'll end up confused and you don't know whose king you're talking about. We're going to get into some variations of that later on in this series. Are there different versions? Oh, you bet there are. Let's start with 2. There are 2 basic versions. And if you look at the ACBL convention card, one will say Roman keycard, and the other will say 1430. Let's explain them. 1430 is now the preferred version, and 90% of the professionals use the 1430 version. The other version is 0314. And what are these versions? Hold on, we'll get there. And either of these versions, there are 3 subversions. There's a straight king count, there's a king Q, and there's a king Q of spades, else king count. And I'll tell you my choice as we get into that point. But first, let's understand the convention itself. I'm going to stick, for the most part, with Edwin Cantor's book, as I said, The Final Word, and I'll initiate it as FW, The Final Word, where I get the information. That's Edwin Cantor's book. What are the responses to 1430? 4-no trump. They're in steps. The mnemonics 1430 and 0314 are used to assist in your memory. Here are the responses. The 1430 version, 1 step, everything is called in steps. You need to count how many steps you go. If you go up 1 suit, that's 1 step. If you go 2, it's 2 steps, so on. The first step is 1 or 4 key cards. That's where 14 comes from. 2 steps is 0 or 3, or if you wish, 3 or 0 key cards. The third step shows 2 or 5 key cards, but without the Queen of Trump. That's 3 steps. And 4 steps is 2 or 5 key cards with the Queen of Trump. That's 4 steps. There you have it. In lieu of the Queen of Trump, I'd like to make as a footnote, extra length in the trump suit can count as the Queen. For example, if you have promised 4-card trump support, and you actually have 5, with extra length, count the Queen. The concept is the Queen will fall, or should fall, in a large percentage of the time. So, for example, if you have shown partner to have 4-card support, and you actually have 5, and he asks for the Queen of Trump, consider you have the Queen of Trump. Let's go to the other version, 0314. This was the original version, but over time it became less liked, and this is really the original Roman key card. It's very simple. Only difference is that 5 club and 5 diamond responses are switched, and the mnemonics will tell you what they are. 1 step is 0 or 3. 0, 3. 2 steps is 1 or 4. 5 hearts and 5 spades are identical to the 1430 version. So, which one do you want to play? My choice, 1430. However, hold on to the phone. We're not done yet. And again, in lieu of the Queen, extra trump length and the trump suit counts as having the Queen. Same in either case. Which version of Roman key card should you use? Well, it's a little more involved than that. Cantor, in his book, uses 1430 except when the responder to the ask, not necessarily the opener's responder, but the person who responds to the ask, has shown a strong hand. Examples would be when the responder uses 4-no trump after partner opens 1-no trump, 2-no trump, or 2 clubs, or when either responder or opener has made a strong jump shift, not a weak jump shift, or opener has made a reverse, then use 0314. The choice is an attempt to save the bidding space. Partner has a strong hand, he's more likely to show aces and kings and queens. The whole attempt is to keep the bidding at a lower level so that you have more room to discuss possibilities of slam. Or after either responder has made a jump shift or opener has made a reverse. In those cases, use the reverse. Use 0314. In all cases, the point is to attempt to save bidding space. If partner has a strong hand, he is more likely to hold more aces and kings and queens, and the resulting suggestion saves bidding space in the majority of cases. That is why Cantor suggests this arrangement. If that's too complicated, stick with 1430. The Queen ask. After a response of 5 clubs or 5 diamonds to 4 no trump, the queen of trump or extra length is not known. It's not part of the answer. So the cheapest suit bid by the 4 no trump bidder that is not the trump suit, and it's not no trump, is the queen ask. Partner responds as follows. Another set of responses. Without the queen or extra length, sign off in the trump suit. With the queen or with extra length, as we said, with 1 or more kings, not counting the king of trump because that is a key card, Q bid the cheapest king. Without an outside king, but a third round control, bid 5 no trump. With no kings or third round controls, jump to 6 of the trump suit. A third round control would be something like queen third or doubleton. You can win the third round of the suit. That's what a third round control is. There's more memorization to take care of here on the queen ask. One other little footnote, or two actually, notes of the queen ask. If hearts is the agreed trump suit and 4 no trump gets a response of 5 diamonds, 14, 30, 0 or 3, 5 hearts is still the queen ask, but if the 5 diamond responder had 0 key cards, which he could have with 5 diamonds, he is allowed to pass without the queen of hearts. Similarly, if the sequence was 0, 3, 1, 4, and responder has 1 key card and missing the queen of trump, he also is allowed to pass. A lot of memorization needed here. Tomorrow, we continue the examination of Roman key card Blackwood with part 2. See you then.